Free yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Jeff. I'm the first counselor of Sanctuary Ministries, and this is United Order Video 3. In the last video we left off in Journals of Discourses 18, page 81, which reads, "Then again, if there is extravagance in families, in dress, eating, or in living of any kind, no matter what it may be, we want to check that. We do not want the saints to be extravagant." So many people will spend a lot of money on expensive clothes, like for like a dress or something, an expensive dress. You could probably buy 5 or 6 other dresses at the same price, but you can get more. You can get more with your money if you're not extravagant. If you buy maybe more used things instead of everything being new, or driving a fancy car. A lot of these cars you could buy probably like 5 cars for the price of just that one car. You could get a car for yourself and a car for other people. So you just don't want to be extravagant. You just want to drive a car that works instead of a fancy car. Okay, so we're going to move on to Journals of Discourses, volume 19, page 179. "Except ye are one in your temporal affairs, how can ye be one in obtaining heavenly things?" Under the operation of the United Order, the ancient Nephites were said to be the best and most prosperous people on the earth. So, in the Book of Mormon, the Nephites lived a form of United Order. It was said of them, as of no other people we read of that there were neither rich nor poor among them. So even the Nephites had no rich and no poor among them. That they dealt in peace and righteousness, and every man dealt honestly with his neighbor. The fact that every man dealt honestly with his neighbor necessary implies individual responsibility and stewardship. The Book of Mormon tells us further that after a period of 165 years living in this state, there began again to be disunion, and they began to cease to have everything in common. A certain class began to wear jewelry and costly raiment. Class distinctions began to spring up, some exalting themselves over their fellows, and they commenced to build up societies and associations and classes which were graded by their wealth. Just like in society today, we're all graded by our wealth. You got the boss, who's the head guy, he makes all the money, and then you have all the employees, and they just get a piece of the action. And that's not United Order. That's just regular business. That's modern business. And thus they grew from bad to worse until the judgment of God fell upon them to their utter destruction. Like today, it's getting really worse. The church, the apostate Mormon Church of Monson, took out United Order, and they're not living it, so they're not being blessed for that. Everyone is becoming more extravagant, and they're not. They just care more so about money than their fellow man. Those who are inspired by the Holy Spirit to comprehend the dealings of God with His people, both ancient and modern, may be able to look forward to the future and behold a prosperous and happy people that shall be one in temporal things, and rich in the enjoyment of heavenly things, and among whom there will be no poor or rich, having all things common, so far as property is concerned, when no one will say, "This is mine and I have a right to do just as I please with it." That's like how we want us to say it. Everyone says that this is mine. You can't have it. They don't like to share. Many people are selfish. They'll drive around in a fancy car and a fancy suit. They'll be the top guy of the neighborhood who has a higher income than everybody else. Everybody else is put in a lower class. Just in neighborhoods, you'll see if you look around neighborhoods. And yet, to my mind, this state of things will not necessarily be incompatible with individual responsibility and stewardship. It will naturally imply that advanced condition of the people that will enable them to seek each other's welfare and build each other up instead of pulling each other down, in order that they may rise upon the ruins of their fellows. So just like today, you got the top dog. He's up there, and he's the boss. He makes all the money, or he makes most of the money, and the employees, they're fighting over the money. They're trying to get a raise. Many people are just fighting over to get a raise, and so everyone is fighting over money. And money is the root of all evil. And that which they possess or are stewards over will be held in trust from the Lord, accounted for to him and to his servants, who shall be over them in the Lord. This state of things will be such as Brother Canaan referred to this morning, when there will be no temptation placed before the people to take advantage of their neighbor, because there will be nothing to be gained by it. There will be no temptation to steal or plunder, for if they need anything for their personal comfort, it could be supplied them with all good feeling. So nobody will be tempted to steal in the United Order, because everyone is equal. Nobody has extra things. Everybody has the same amount of stuff. It's equality. So you can't really steal. Well, it's a lot harder to steal. And if you steal, or if you're not a good steward, then you'll be kicked out of your stewardship. Okay, and he that would take stealthily that which would be given to him freely and abundantly would be a consummate fool, or grossly wicked. This state of things also presupposes a dispensation on the part of all to do their duty, to be saints in very deed, to be industrious, to be fragile, using their gift and talents for the common welfare, to be ready to serve where they are best fitted to serve. So many people have talents to do this or that, and those talents are good, and if you have a talent, you should build upon that talent and not bury it under the ground, but to build upon that talent. And if we're to be the servant and handmaidens of the Lord, instead of serving themselves and having a will of their own contrary to the will of heaven, and determined to follow that if they have to go to hell for doing it. We are some of us at times aptly think that this is